Let's budget my paycheck together as a girly who is 28 and $67,000 in credit card debt. First things first, I've said this in my other videos, I am not stressed about my credit card debt because if I die, I die. They're not getting the money. I don't care. Same goes with the IRS. If I die, I die. They're not gonna get the money. So I'm not stressed about it. Should I be stressed? Probably, but I don't really care that much.
The actual chokehold my debt has on me as a 26-year-old with over $100,000 in student loan debt. Like so many other people, my family didn't know anything about money, anything about college. I fully applied to everything on my own, and they encouraged me to take out loans with Sally Mae, the demonic, evil student loan providers that are always pushing you to take out more. And I always see other people talking about this, and in the comments there's always people like, ooh, take accountability, like you're the one that took it out, you chose to take it out. Yeah, I did, and I can still be pissed about it. It literally, sometimes I'm like, someone take me out. Like, I do not want to be alive dealing with this crippling stress on my shoulders.
I'm 31, I'm single, I live alone, and I have $29,445 in credit card debt. I've honestly never said that aloud before, and I'd be lying if I didn't think it was a little embarrassing and also really shameful. 2 credit cards, one with Capital One, one with Bank of America. Capital One has the lower balance, so my goal is to make an additional $200 payment a month to Capital One, and then snowball that with the Bank of America one. If all goes to plan and I continue making the additional $200 payments a month, I can have both credit cards paid off by December 2027. I know that's almost 3 years away, and who knows, maybe I will pick up some extra income or figure out a way to pay more towards my debt, but as of right now, $200 is what I can afford. I'm going to pay off this debt by 2027, no ifs, ands, or buts. I've been carrying this debt around, and it's honestly been a huge toll, barely making the minimum payments, but enough is enough. I need to get this under control. It's honestly consuming my life. No one but to blame but me, but I'm ready to pay this off and be debt-free. Well, with credit cards.
The craziest thing about paying off $30,000 in credit card debt is that for how much money I have put towards my credit cards, I, right now, could still have had everything I've bought that put me into credit card debt in the first place, and it would have cost me less. Once you factor in how much interest I paid for the $30,000 in credit card debt, I literally could have had every sweet treat, every trip to Marshall's, every dinner out with my husband that I shouldn't have put on a credit card. I could still have had all of it, and it would have cost me less.
It's been over a month since I shared our $30,000 in credit card debt. So here's an update. So far, if anything, we are not doing any better than last month. We've actually accumulated a little bit more. The reason being is because we have a lot of payments as is. A payment that actually got in the way is that a few months ago we had a car in the shop. One of our family members actually helped us out with giving that payment for us. Not only that, but since we're also behind our other bills, the person that actually helped us with that payment has been helping us with our other bills as well. We had to pay it back because we have made an agreement that within a month we were probably going to be able to pay them back, and our cards still haven't gone any lower. We've been doing minimum payments. However, with credit cards, y'all know that you get charged interest, so our interest is also racking up. If anything, we've just grown the debt a little bit more, so now we're behind.
Whoever is doing the PR for credit card debt, hats off, salute to you, because it has scared the shit out of me. I see so many TikToks of people that have accumulated like thousands, tens of thousands of dollars in credit card debt, and I always see commenters saying like, you shouldn't post that online, you shouldn't share that, you should share that, because it's scaring me. I'm terrified. I pay my credit cards off every like 2 days. The credit card of Canada may be more effective than the anti-tobacco campaigns have been in the United States, at least for me. The War on Drugs campaign tripped and fell and scraped its chin up, so that way the credit card debt TikTok could fly, could soar above the clouds. And I'm not talking about like you have to put your life expenses on a credit card. I'm talking about people that buy like $40,000 worth of shoes like Carrie Bradshaw did in Sex and the City somehow. I don't know how she did that. When I started working when I was 16, my mom was telling me, get a credit card, like start building credit. I did not listen to her. I did not get a credit card until 6 years later. Because in my head, if I don't have the money in my bank account, I don't have the money at all. Doesn't exist. That's why I never wanted to get a credit card. And I feel like people love to talk about the credit card points. I don't know if they're good enough. I don't know if the credit card points are worth the instability that they bring to my mental well-being.
I recently posted about the fact I'm 26 years old and I'm in $95,487.73 worth of debt, and I want to talk about it. Up until 24 hours ago, I did not know that was actually the total of all of my debt, credit cards, and student loans. That number also does not include my auto loan, and if we are adding in my auto loan, the total number is $110,938.83. Since totaling up all of my debt, I don't think I've actually gotten one good breath of oxygen in the last 24 hours. I feel like there is an elephant sitting on my chest, and I don't think I can sit still because all I keep repeating is $95,487.73. All of this debt was racked up through decisions I made between the ages of 18 and 26. My first associate's degree I got from a community college and I didn't have to pay for it because of the Pell Grant, but I decided to go to a university and got my bachelor's degree, which is where I really started to rack up the debt. Then in the last 2 years, I decided to finish a nursing degree at a community college in the last 2 years, but that's where I started to rack up even more debt. What really sucks is realizing that the majority of these student loans is not from tuition. It's actually from living expenses and living way above my means. My debt comprises of 2 credit cards, 5 federal student loans, and 5 private Sallie Mae loans. I can handle the federal student loans, but when I tell you Sallie Mae is bending me over and not in a way I like, it's actually insane. Sallie Mae is genuinely evil and they prey on young students. And the reason why they take advantage of young students is because they know if you're reaching out to a private loan like that, you genuinely need it. Out of the 5 Sallie Mae loans I have, one of the interest rates that is the highest is 16.28%. The lowest interest rate I have with Sallie Mae is 9.88%. Now, my federal student loans are between 4 and 6%, which I think is manageable. Although I had parents who would tell me what I should or shouldn't do, I never had anybody really sit me down and fully teach me financial literacy. I never had anybody sit me down and really explain to me the scope of what I was doing and what it would look like in the future when I had to pay for it. In the moment, all of the student loans just felt like fake money because they just kept coming and I just kept spending.
My 2024 Amex Wrapped, not as a rich person, but just as a financially irresponsible 25-year-old. I'm here with my mom, who is very frugal. Are you scared?
A little bit.
I think it's worse than you think it is.
Don't tell me that, Shay. I really don't want to see it then.
This year I took 12 unnecessary vacations, upgraded to first class 6 times.
Oh my gosh.
Bought 10 luxury items that I did not need.
Why are you doing things like this? I thought we wanted to buy a house. I thought that was the goal.
I bought a new car.
Oh my God.
And I went to Disneyland 37 times in 2 different countries.
Come on.
Travel. Where did we go this year?
Some good places.
Bahamas, Las Vegas, Hawaii twice, London twice, Berlin twice, Greece, Cabo, Paris, Pennsylvania, Catalina, and New York twice. For food, we tried 15 new restaurants this year. Finally got a reservation at Carbone, very exciting. And we spent a total of $14,685 at restaurants this year.
At restaurants or on food? Like that was just at restaurants? That's not like your food, your grocery bill, your daily stuff? Completely unnecessary.
Transportation. We called 300 plus Ubers this year. Most of them were Uber Blacks. And I rode on 3 trains for
This
a grand,
is giving me high blood pressure, actually.
grand total of $17,496.
I'm glad at least you didn't drive if you were drinking. That's responsible.
Entertainment this year, when we went to Coachella both weekends, we went to 13 concerts and 5 movies in the theater, as well as 10 Broadway shows and tours.
That's culturally well spent,
Important.
sort of.
Miscellaneous spends, 47 Target runs, 178 Amazon orders, 4 Louis Vuitton receipts, 57 Air One trips, 32 Zara receipts,
57 Air One trips?
and 4 trips to the Real.
Yeah, I think that you're not going to be able to buy a house in the near future if this continues.
This year in total on my platinum and gold cards, I spent $93,355 on the platinum and $32,771.
This is kind of obscene. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Okay, I'm out.
So I think I know now why everyone is struggling with their money, and it has nothing to do with not being taught. The art of saving up for something is gone. What happened to the days of like, hey, I want to go on this trip, let me save up for it. Hey, I want to go to this concert or this event, let me save up for it. Earning something. That no longer exists. Now you can just finance anything. Affirm, Klarna, for God's sakes, DoorDash has Klarna now. You can't afford your food? Put it on Klarna. It's just the accessibility of being able to get into debt, the option to cop out. Like, we have no discipline anymore. Everything is a finance now. Everything. Credit card debt, Affirm, Klarna. You see it everywhere. You go shop for clothes, Affirm. It just, for me, the way that I think about it is literally putting power to the idea of, hey, people cannot afford this, but we're still going to let them buy it. And I feel like we should be slapping people on the wrist. Like, hey, you cannot afford this. You should not be able to buy it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping.
I am coming on here to air my dirty laundry.
Ooh.
So you can feel better about yours. I am currently, are you ready? $145,533 in debt. That's cute, huh? So cute. 2 car loans. There are some student loans in there, and a personal loan, and then consumer debt, credit card debt. So in the last 6 months, I think we've paid off about $7,000. And I thought, what better way to keep myself accountable than to come on here, create a group of people that are also in the same situation or have gotten out of the situation or whatever the situation may be. Anyways, that's my dirty laundry.
The most miserable part about paying off debt is you feel like you're paying for nothing. You'll like put $1,000 on a credit card and then you'll be like, oh my gosh, like I may as well have held up 10 $100 bills and just burned it. And that would have given me more satisfaction than throwing it on a credit card.
So this is the car in all of its glory. It's a 2022 Ford Bronco. Love this car. The top comes off. Don't you just love capitalism so much? The interest rate on my loan is about 10%. I have no idea what that means, nor do I care, honestly. I'm already in this hole. Might as well sit in it, you know? I was making a lot of money off the internet. I had a good credit score. I had a lot of monthly income, so I got approved for a large car loan, and I decided to buy this car. Do I look absolutely good driving this car? Yes, I do. But that is not the reason why I bought this car. I bought this car to look cool, to impress people, and that's simply not true. I bought this car because it's been my dream car forever, and I finally had the means to buy it. Was it my best financial decision? No, obviously not, but I'm definitely going to be driving this car forever. I can see my kids learning how to drive in this car. The downside to this car though, I spend a lot of money on gas. Probably spend like $120, $130 every single week. I'm not getting rid of it. I already put so much money into the car that it does not make sense for me to sell it. If I did sell it, I would only sell it for less than what's remaining on my car loan. I know you guys hate to see a young girl drive a nice car, but at the end of the day, I bought this car all by myself with no co-signers, no help from my parents. You live and you learn, okay?
Hi, I'm Brittany, and I'm paying off $10,000 worth of credit card debt in 6 months. My last video, I was talking about how paying off your debt is not linear, and this is going to be an example of that. So I had to miss 2 days of work this week. One day I was incredibly ill, and yesterday my dog was having an allergic reaction, and I had to spend literally all day with her at the vet. With my $400 vet bill that we have now, on top of the couch we just purchased with that extra money from the garage sale, and missing 2 days of work because I'm saving my PTO for my wedding in a few months, my paycheck will be just a little bit short. Obviously, when I get paid, I'm going to pay off that vet bill right away. Obviously, the couch is going to be paid off from the garage sale, but I was already going to be pretty limited when it came to my funds. And today I'm at work, but today is the last day for my pay period, and my paycheck's probably going to be about $600 short from missing work. So this is just an example about how it's not linear. So I will not be able to be making my $1,368 payment next Friday unless a miracle happens and I can figure something else out. So but we're still going to make a very hefty payment. We're just going to have to see where my credit card is, or where my paycheck lands, paying off my vet bill, and we will just go from there. I was setting a pretty high standard to try to get this paid off, not only in 6 months, but also 2 weeks early. I did give me like that extra 2 weeks to be able to pay off anything extra. So depending on what my paycheck looks like, I might have to split this payment up into 2 payments on a credit for my credit card. So Yes, it's disappointing. Yes, it is not part of my plan, but life happens, and you know, all we have to do is just regroup and move on. Like, it's gonna be paid off. I'm very proud of myself, how far I paid it off so far, and this is just another bump in the road, and everything's gonna be fine. Okay, that's all I had to say. Bye.